future will be allowed 120 words every day to say need to get through all our routine interchange with an eye on word count.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Woolen Homestead. This is a video podcast about knitting, spinning, and hand dyeing yarn. My name is Tiffany.
And I'm Ethan.
We're coming to you from Midland, Michigan. You can find us on various social media as the Woolen Homestead, as well as the yarn that we dye at thewoolenhomestead.etsy.com. And you'll also find links below in the description box to all those places. Hey guys, we're back. It's only been 6 days this time.
It has, yeah. I feel like we're podcasting early.
I know, I do too. Like, it's like, did we get enough done?
But we're right on time.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. So, yeah, it's been a good week, I feel like.
It has been.
Yep.
Busy week.
Yes.
Very busy week.
Very busy.
Lots of dyeing.
Oh my word, you guys. We want to say thank you because we had our anniversary update this Friday because the shop turned 2 years old on the 23rd. I misspoke last week, so it was the 24th, and I actually realized it was the 23rd. Just coincidentally, your parents' anniversary. So that's kind of going to be a lot easier to remember going forward. But yeah, so we had our anniversary update, and we gave away little like buttons to everyone that ordered, and you guys just like sold us out.
Knocked
basically.
It out of the
like
park, yeah.
We had, I think that was our most successful update ever.
It was our most successful update ever.
In
fact, it was so successful that our shop news segment's probably going to be pretty short this week as far as showing off what we got.
Exactly. But what's cool though is you got ahead already for next week's update and already dyed up some. So he's going to be dyeing up some more this week, but we've got some to show you that's going to be in the shop update. But we'll get more to that at the end of the podcast. So stay tuned if you want to see what will be in the update this weekend. But yeah, so we wanted to let you know that we do have a bunch of knit-alongs going on in our Ravelry group, which the Ravelry group is called the Woolen Homestead. There is a direct link in the description box. And one of our knit-alongs is called the Basket of Mittens KAL. It is a year-long knit-along. It's co-hosted with Carrie, who is my wool mitten, and she has the Serenity Farms blog online. So we have a link to that in the description box. And yeah, you can enter in the Ravelry group. You can also use the hashtag on Instagram, which is Basket of Mittens KAL 2018. Works in progress are allowed, so if you've been knitting mittens, anything from whenever, it doesn't matter. We're so laid back with this kind of thing. We just want people to get involved. So
yeah, totally.
If you've got mittens that are like 5 years old that aren't done, enter them.
Which would be mittens that I would knit.
Yeah.
Sure. I take a long time to knit anything.
Not necessarily, which we'll talk about later,
yeah.
But you got some stuff that's done.
I do.
And then you also will get double entries if you use the Woolen Homestead yarn. So you can post your finished object twice in the finished object thread. So yeah, and any type of mittens are allowed. Kid mittens, gloves, fingerless mitts, anything like that. So yeah, go check that out if you want to enter. And that runs until December 31st. And then another knit-along is the Summer Socktacular knit-along, which is going until August 31st, which is like the end of this week. I think Friday is August 31st. So get your socks entered. Same thing, works in progress can be entered. Any kind of socks, doesn't matter. So go ahead and enter those, and the hashtag is TW8 Summer Socktacular 2018. And also you get double entries for using the Woolen Homestead yarn as well. Now, I squeezed this in here because I almost forgot to talk about it, and I forgot to talk about it last week. But we are going to be hosting another knit-along starting September 1st, so this Saturday.
And why are we hosting it September 1st?
Because that is the official start of fall.
It doesn't matter whether it's 95 degrees outside.
It's fall.
It's the start of fall.
Exactly. So it is my favorite color is October Cal. We hosted this last year as well, and it is a very, very simple knit along. It is knit anything that you feel is fall related. Super easy. So you could knit a sweater, you could knit mittens, you could knit a hat, you could knit mittens and double dip into the Mitten KAL. You could, you know what I mean? You can do whatever. So anything that you feel is fall, whether it's a fall garment, whether the colorways, fall colors, whatever. And
whips are allowed with this one too.
Exactly.
Right? So I shouldn't have finished my hat.
Yeah, you shouldn't have, because you could have entered the line.
I should have.
Even though you're not eligible for prizes, but you still could have been. But now you just have to knit something else.
I know.
So, yes. So, we will get a thread going for that in the Ravelry group, and I'm so excited. This was a really fun knit along last year. Everybody got super excited about it. And
we had a lot of entries last year, didn't we?
Yeah. Why we call it My Favorite Color is October KAL is because we have a colorway called My Favorite Color is October. And it's just the best time of the year. So, so that's why we called our fall knit along that. So now, if you do use this colorway, you can get 3 entries if you use this colorway. So you can post it 3 times. If you use any of the Woolen Homestead yarn, you can still get double the entries. But if you use this colorway, you get 3. So that's something different from last year. Last year it was just you got double. So we're up in the ante.
Right on.
So yeah. That is really exciting. Now we do have some of that colorway in the shop currently. It does not last long.
No.
But we will keep it in stock throughout the season.
We're gonna try anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes
as best as we
can't keep up.
Yeah.
Sometimes we can't keep up.
It's one of our most popular ones, but yeah, so that is coming. And the hashtag is I believe, I'll have to double check this one. My fave color is October KAL 2018. I'm pretty sure that's the one that I usually use. So all right, that is it for knit along. So for events, I just wanted to make a quick clarification. Last week, I was mentioning the Michigan Fiber Festival, and we were talking about all of the things that we got from different viewers and from other podcasters, and I totally made a mistake. And I had said that we got this really, really super, super cute stitch marker. I said that we got it from the wrong person. So the person that did give it to us is Heather. So Heather, thank you so much. This is I just want to show everybody because it's super cute. But it's just a little Michigan progress keeper with a little heart in it. And
how cool is that?
Oh, I love it. It's so stinking cute. So I was watching some other podcasts that were talking about the Michigan Fiber Festival, and they kept saying that this was from Heather, and I was like, oh my gosh. So I just wanted to apologize about that. And that way Heather could get her shout out because I really, really appreciated it and I love it so much. So thank you, Heather.
Yeah,
we love it. So now we're on to finished objects. Would you like to share your finished object this week?
Yes.
And your very first finished object?
Yes, yes. So it is the classic cuff hat by Pearl Soho.
Yes.
And it turned out great, I think.
Oh, so exciting.
Yeah, gonna wear this hunting.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it fits you perfectly.
It does. It does.
Awesome.
I'll put it on.
Yeah, show it off.
All right. I haven't blocked it or anything, so.
I don't think it needs it. It looks great.
I don't think so. But it
works. Oh, yay!
Great. Yeah.
Benny's
wagging his tail.
I don't know if you can hear that. Benny, are you happy? Oh, so cute.
But
He's
it's
happy for you too.
But it's a 1x1 rib, and it worked great, about 4 inches for the cuff, and I mean.
Oh, it's so pretty. Knit and worsted weight.
It was, yeah, from Knit Picks.
Yep.
And it was berry yarn, and I dyed it up. And I was really happy. Got kind of a tonal hunter's orange, which is really cool.
It's so cool.
For the cuff, it was size 5, circulars, 16 inches. Although we didn't have a 16-inch cable,
right.
And so I just ended up using, I don't remember what it was, like a 32 or something like that, and used magic loop.
Yep.
And so I did get a little bit of laddering. It was kind of tough to prevent it.
It is hard. I still have troubles with that.
Yeah, you can see it right there. There's a little bit of laddering there. I'm not concerned about it. This is like purely utilitarian, so you know, I'm not really worried about it at all.
Oh, I'm so excited.
And then for the body itself, it was size 7s, right? And we did have the 16 inches. For that, and I used the Indian Lake. Yep.
Indian Lake Artisans. Those new needles that we just bought at the Michigan Fiber Festival.
Yes, in the walnut. And they were a little bit too grippy for me.
Sure.
But
I really liked them.
That could have just been the walnut too.
Right, yep. And we were kind of discussing that it's just different preferences.
Oh, totally, because you loved them.
I really loved them, and you really enjoyed the Sunstruck needles from Knit Picks.
Yes.
You really liked them. I really love those too, actually.
In fact, I'm probably going to order a set of the Caspian.
Those are cool.
The Caspian ones are really cool.
Yeah, I love those.
And especially for light colored yarns, I think they're going to work great because it's real dark wood laminate. But yeah, as far as the Indian Lake ones, I mean, they were very high quality, and
very.
you know, I didn't have an issue.
I love the cord. Oh,
yeah, the cord's really nice, very, very high quality. But it was just a little bit too grippy for me.
Sure.
But I think I knit a little bit tighter than you do
right.
too.
I think you do too.
And so the natural beeswax hand finish on them, I think, didn't give quite the slide that I get out of.
And you do get that on knit picks.
Right.
And the look of needles, I am really enjoying those right now. I've been knitting with those on one of my shawls, and I love those a lot. I'm thinking of asking for a set of those for Christmas or something, because I really love them.
I was looking at Signature Needle Arts sets.
So amazing.
So expensive.
Very,
but I mean, it's so worth it.
Yeah.
But man, so expensive. But yeah, I'm probably going to grab a set of the Knit Picks Caspian.
And they're really good value.
They're nice, yeah, for what they are.
They are. I really like them. That was my first set, and I love them.
Yeah, they work great. The only other ones I've been looking at the Chow Goose too. Those are really nice. I like the cables on those really well. But yeah, and as far as the hexagonal shape, I didn't really notice a difference.
Yeah. I thought I went faster.
Yeah.
But isn't that funny how that works? Like, I totally thought I went faster with it.
I didn't notice a difference, but I think that was also due to the fact that I was using worsted weight.
Sure.
I think it would have been a little bit different had I been using like a fingering weight, because when you're using a worsted weight, the yarn is so thick that your hands don't really come into contact with the needles a ton anyway.
Sure.
You know, whereas with the fingering, they do.
Really, yeah.
Right. And so I think I would have noticed it a lot more on
and
fingering
maybe
weight.
Like with because you use generally you'll use a tighter gauge with the fingering weight. Like on socks, you're using a tighter gauge than when you would it with that hat.
Exactly.
So that makes sense.
So I think that would probably, you'd see more, I would imagine that you would see more of the benefits of hexagonal needles on a smaller yarn, you know, like a lighter weight yarn.
Or a tighter gauge.
A tighter gauge, yeah. But it was a lot of fun, the knit. It would knit it up in less than a week.
Yeah. Well, you got this done quick. You cast this on the night before the Fiber Festival.
I did, yep.
So that was the Friday. And you got this done by...
I think it was the day after... It was the day after we podcasted, actually.
Yes, yeah.
Because the last podcast, I had just gotten part of the cuff done.
Yeah. And you zoomed on this. And, and this is a non-superwash. I don't think you mentioned that.
Yeah, it's a non-superwash, 100%
really
merino.
Soft.
Yeah.
Very soft.
It's not scratchy at all, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
So,
really good.
Pretty excited about that.
Yeah. So, is there anything else you wanted to say about that hat?
Nothing I can really think of off the top. There was one thing that was kind of weird, because you knit the same hat.
Yep.
And we both were like a stitch short. It was like a stitch short or a stitch too many.
Yes.
One of the two.
Stitch too many, because we ended up doing, instead of a knit two together, we knit three together on one of them.
Yeah, that was the weirdest thing while we were doing the decrease for the crown.
And I'm going to knit one of these again. So I'm curious if that was just like a fluke, or if there was maybe, because it is a free pattern, so that, you know what I mean. But I'll have to check that out. But I finished mine. We'll go on to my finished object. Yeah, I finished mine around the same time.
Yours was the night of the podcast.
Okay,
I remember you finished yours like the night before I finished mine.
I couldn't remember. But yeah, so what's really cool about mine is I used up all of my yarn in this one.
Did you really?
Yeah, because this is an Aran weight. Oh yeah, we should show them side by side.
Yeah, so Aran versus worsted.
Yeah.
You can kind of see. Well, it's hard to see on camera, actually.
Maybe if we layer
And I've been wearing mine, so it's a little bit stretched out, too.
So if we do this, you can see it.
I don't even care that it's like 80 degrees. I'm so proud of it that I'll wear it around and deal with it.
Can you see it that way?
You can kind of see, sort of, if you...
Yeah. It's just a little bit bigger. Oh, yeah, you can see it that way. Yeah, so this just turned out just a touch bigger than with worsted, but it still fits just fine. I'll put it on. And you can see the little pom-pom. And yeah, so I used all of my yarn. I was really, really excited about that because I had just a tiny bit left afterwards. So I was like, I'm gonna make a pom-pom, and then I ran out of yarn for the pom-pom, so I just grabbed some, this is Patton's worsted white, and
but it worked out great.
Yeah, I was really excited about that.
It actually looks good.
I'm excited.
Having the two tones in there, but
yeah.
And I decided to go sans
sans pom-pom.
just because I didn't want the extra movement.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure. Because you're going to be wearing yours out hunting.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want that. Yeah, that's a good point. My winter coat is like a navy blue, so I thought that this yellow would just be like so perfect. So I'm really excited about it. I love it. Love it.
The tweed looks cool.
I know, I love
Every time I look at that,
oh.
I think we need to bring that to the shop.
I know, we
do.
need a tweed yarn.
And our supplier carries tweed, I think.
Yeah, so we'll have to.
We're gonna have to bring some tweed to the shop.
And even if our supplier doesn't, we can get it from a different supplier.
Yeah.
I just think that would be super fun to have. What do you guys think? Tweed? Yeah?
Tweed?
Yay or nay? Yeah. I think yay. And if you do like tweed, which bases would you want to see it in?
Yeah, definitely, because we are more than willing to dye up tweed.
I love it. It's so fun.
I love tweed.
Oh, I really like that too. Good thinking. So, and then I knit it with the same size needles, 5s and 7s. And yeah, I really, oh, this is a superwash. His was a non-superwash, mine is. And yeah, I really want to knit up a bunch more of those for Christmas presents. So I think.
Now, what breed is that?
Like what? Of sheep?
Yeah.
Merino.
Merino.
Yep.
That's interesting. The feeling,
right?
Like you can feel a definite difference between the superwash.
With the tweed, do you think? Oh, because of the superwash.
I think it's the superwash treatment. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yours almost feels a little bit more waxy.
Yes, I was just gonna say same thing. Waxy. It has, yeah, it has a coating on it. Like you don't notice it when you just have it, but when you compare them.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Crazy. Oh, I love tweed. Okay, yeah, tweed definitely needs to happen. Okay, so then you have a half-finished object.
I do have a half-finished object. Let's see.
I think it's right behind you.
Yeah, right on. Alright, I have not woven in the ends yet, but the sock is finally done. The vanilla sock that I've been working on for almost a year now.
Yep.
I completed it. I told you guys for the last like 3 months, every week. It'll be done next week.
It'll be done next week.
But I finally completed it. I sat down and just busted it out, and it only took like an hour.
Yeah.
But it went really, really well.
I was so shocked. I came home from work one day and he's like, look, like you had just finished grafting it when I came back. That was so cool. Out. Oh, I love it.
That is on our blueberry crumb cake base, actually, or our blueberry crumb cake colorway, excuse me. And it turned out great.
Yes. We need to dye up some of that too. We haven't had that in the shop for a minute.
We do. The only, well, actually, I don't want to say the only snags I ran into with this. We've run into snag after snag after snag with this sock because we used a pattern, just a free, like, I think it was like for dummies pattern or something. Knitting for
socks,
dummies.
Yeah, knitting for dummies.
For dummies. And because we just wanted a plain vanilla sock for my first, because this was actually my first project that I ever really started knitting.
Ever, yeah.
Yep. And just errors everywhere.
Right, or at least just things that, like, I just couldn't figure it out either. And so I was like,
no, there was errors that we caught in the heel because it was,
yes, we did.
They had, for the heel flap, for starting it, they had knit one, slip one, knit one, slip one.
And it didn't work.
And then it was creating this huge gap.
I remember that.
It was just
we had
this
to
big
change
loop,
that around.
and we had to knit it back.
And what I ended up doing to try to figure out was I just referenced the Hermione's Everyday Sock pattern, and I like just compared them and we just kind of did it that way.
And unfortunately, we didn't write down exactly what we did, so now we're doing the same exact thing, trying to figure out how to knit the other sock, which I've got that. I'll show you guys in a minute.
Yeah.
But it ended up turning out really well. It fits great.
Yeah.
The only other snag we ran into was we started decreasing in the wrong spot.
And that was my fault. Because I set you up for that. I set up the row, and then as I was like looking at it, I was helping you like for like placement of markers. I was like, oh my gosh, we're totally decreasing in the wrong spot.
We didn't even bother unknitting it.
No, because it was like one decrease under two, maybe. It wasn't even noticeable. But.
And I don't really care. I don't care about pretty at this point. It was about getting it done. But yeah, everything went really well. And it was just such a trial, like the first one. I'm actually a little bit more anal about the second one than I was about this one.
Well, and what I thought was really neat was, okay, so you hadn't finished this one yet before you cast on this hat.
Yes.
And then you started on the hat, and you just took off with this hat. Like, you got that done so fast, and then that translated into speed into this sock.
It did. My speed has increased tremendously.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Just absolutely night and day from how I used to be. And I think it was honestly getting the worst. And
You could see what you were doing.
Well, not only could I see what I was doing, but I was able to read the knitting a lot better too, and I think that's really been a huge help because I've messed up a couple of times on my other sock and I've just fixed it.
Yeah,
which is cool because I used to have to wait until you had time to kind of help me fix whatever had gone wrong, and it would just drag out these projects. Yeah, because rather than just being able to fix something in 5 minutes or whatever, it was waiting for sometimes a day or two.
Steam and
exactly, and so. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
Yay! So yeah, I'm really happy that worked for you because I always like using worsted weight as well. Yeah, like when you're learning,
it's a lot of fun. Yeah, and the next project that I want to cast on, maybe not the next one, but soon, is definitely going to be worsted. So. Yeah,
for sure. So why don't you show your work in progress?
For sure. I think it's
buried over there under some yarn.
It is buried under yarn, like everything else.
Yeah, like our life.
Yes, like our life.
It's buried under yarn.
So I've got the other sock started. I started it the day that I finished the first sock which
was just this, Thursday probably, because it was like you finished the hat, and then the next day you had the sock finished.
It was Thursday.
Yeah.
And so.
Oh yeah, because we were gonna watch football.
Yep.
And then. Was that Friday? What night was football?
It was Friday night. So it would have been Friday.
Okay.
Yeah, Friday. So this is the second sock, and so
Look
that's what I've got.
how far he's gotten.
That was on Friday. I casted that on, right? So about quarter of the way through the heel flap right now. And it's going really, really well. And I've got...
so cool.
I like to put the rest of my stitches
on the holders,
because
it's easier.
I hate dropping stitches, and I'm not too great at picking stitches back up yet, so it's just easier for me to have that peace of mind. And then I've got the Progress Keeper.
Oh, yeah. Get a close-up of that. Yeah, that thing is so cute.
We showed it last week on the podcast, but...
he's so cute. It's from Lindsay.
Yeah, from Simply Serving. And she sent us this as part of a care package. And it's a little bear.
Oh, he's
How
so
cool is that?
I love him.
And there's so much detail in this little Progress Keeper. It's so cool.
She does wonderful work.
You can see she's got the the little indentations for the ear, and there's a little tail on there, and it's awesome. And it goes great with the buffalo plaid bag. My mom actually made this for me last year for my birthday.
Yeah, it's so pretty.
And so, yeah, pretty excited about that.
She did such a great job on
It's huge, like the bag is, so it's been awesome to have. And it's really thick. And
your mom makes great project bags. She made one for me for Christmas, and it's it has my my granny stripe blanket in it, and because I asked her for a real big bag, I needed big ones. I had like regular sized ones, and I love it.
My mom, that's what she does. She makes everything just big, like, you know what I mean?
Because then
everything's big.
If it's clothing, it's gonna be comfy. You don't want, because I hate being restricted in my clothing. It sucks.
I've never gotten anything too small from my mom.
It's the best.
She's always made huge stuff, so it's really cool. But yeah, the project bag. It's great because it does hold. It's huge. It's got a ton of room in it.
It's so
it's drawstring.
Who doesn't love buffalo plaid?
Yeah, I mean, it's my favorite. I love buffalo plaid. But
she's got a in there too, right?
Yeah.
I think that's in there too. That matches it.
It's in the front. She's got a little monogram E on here, and it is now stuck on the zipper.
There it goes. It's coming.
It's coming. We'll get
I love that. That was such a cute touch.
So yeah, there's a little monogrammed E on there, and that's kind of cool.
And she made you like a whole set, like a beginner set.
Yeah, like I've got notions and stuff, and tape measure in here.
And I think there's crochet hook for drop stitches.
Yep.
A needle gauge.
And it's been really kind of cool because there's a lot of times I'll come to a point in a pattern, something I've never done before. And Tiffany will go, oh, you're going to need one of these. And I'll just look through the front pocket, and she had already put one in there for me. So it's really, really neat. And she made a bunch of, there's like some tapestry needles in here. And just some really, really cool stuff. Cable needles. What else?
Little scissors.
Little scissors. which I don't know why you'd use scissors when you got teeth, right? But
for flossing. You know.
Right. But they are really nice little scissors. I'm surprised she didn't give me plastic ones. That's probably safer. But, you know, holders for the stitches. And I just find a ton of stuff. I think I've actually got the sachet in the bottom of the bag.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, and she made me a ton of progress keepers. And so that's kind of cool.
So
I'd take them all out, but there are a ton of these things. She
made some for me for Christmas too, and they are adorable.
She made a bunch of them, and then I've got a whole
really good eye for them. They're just very cute.
Another thing, there's some Christmas themed ones in here too, which is kind of cool.
Cute.
Little light bulb.
I love it.
But yeah, she's very, very good at what she does. She's gotten a lot more into knitting.
Yeah, she's knitting a cardigan for your dad.
Mm-hmm.
That thing's cool. She's using Lion Brand Fisherman's Wool, and it's, oh my goodness.
It's coming along.
Super cozy.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. All right, so as far as what you got?
Yeah, I meant to show this last week, and I totally glossed over it. But we had a lot to talk about last week, so.
We did.
It was okay. So I have in my project bag from Knit Picks, it has all my pens on it. It says weekend plans, knitting with a chance of movie marathons, which that is my week this week because I'm on vacation.
Yes.
And it's
your first vacation.
In a long time, like a long vacation. Like I've done like 3 days off, 4 days off, something like that. But this is 9 days. But we'll talk more about that later. But oh my gosh, I am so excited.
Right.
So, I want to show my new pins. So I know I showed them last week, but this one right here is Knitting Envy.
I've got one of those on my bag too.
Yes, yep. That's from Erin, who is our Midland buddy. She says right in her podcast, she's like, I'm in Midland. I'm like, oh, that's so cool. So when she told us that at the podcaster meetup, I was like, oh,
so
my
we've
God.
got in Midland us, Mint Rain Yarns, Caitlin from Mint Rain Yarns, and Erin.
Yep, and then April, who has April Wright Pottery. She's on Etsy as well, and she makes the cutest little pot. Oh, so cute. So cute. So we got like a little group. We gotta get together, guys. I'm just saying. Totally. I know Lacey, who lives in Caro, she was talking about doing that as well. So
go out for coffee. I can have decaf.
Yes, decaf. Honestly, at Live Oak, they've got that little room next door to the that's like part of their coffee house that I bet they'd let us like rent out or something.
We've got some awesome coffee shops here. Actually, we've got one not too far from where we live where Alton Brown actually stopped and had coffee, which is pretty cool. The Lock.
If you've watched any of my vlogs, the Lock's on there quite a bit. Actually, both of them are. We pretty much just go to those two exclusively, but super cute. Who else? Oh, the Proper Pineapple. I added that one. That's Holly. And Cappy gave me one, but I already had hers on here from last year. Oh, and then we've got our pin that I added.
Yeah.
So we made pins for the podcaster meetup, and yeah, we also gave them away in our update over the weekend. So those are fun. So I am knitting on the Gin and Tonic sweater by Thea Coleman. And oh my word, I got needles and everywhere. So the last time, I think I just showed that I had one of the sleeves done. This is the second sleeve. So you knit the sleeves first, and it just has this really cool texture on the sleeve. It's like a 6-row texture pattern, but you only have something going on like every other round or so, or every 2 rounds or something. So it's really mindless, and you can really read the knitting.
Mindless.
Yeah, well, you can really read the knitting to know where you need to purl and stuff. So you don't even have to look at the pattern. And then this is the other sleeve. So I'm pretty sure I had showed this before, but it's been a long time since I've shown these. So 2 sleeves done. And then I've got
that. It's coming along.
I'm so excited. Let's see, this is the outside. I've got the body cast on. So this is the body. I just got past the ribbing, and I want to show the cable detail. So I'll show right here. Excuse me. So going up each side, there's like 2 side panels on either side is this cable detail. And oh, there we go. Now it's focused. And yes, that's on either side, so it'll be like going up the sides that way. And oh my gosh, I love it so much. And so it goes, it's worked from the bottom up, obviously, and then it ends with like a really big cowl neck up top. So really excited. So excited. So this is knit out of DK, and it is our Marvelous colorway, and it is 100% superwash Polworth.
Yep.
So we will be having more DK coming into the shop very soon.
Next update, actually, we've got some DK.
This is what the Marvelous colorway looks like. It's just a really soft, like dusty pink, and I love it so much. So yeah, I'm really loving this pattern. I'm really excited to have this sweater done, even though I'm not even near to done yet, but I'm really excited to have it because this is a sweater that I've been trying to knit for like 3 years now.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's been a long time, and like just the first time I tried to knit it, the yarn choice just wasn't right, and then I tried to dye some yarn for it, and it just, you couldn't see the texture at all. It was too dark. So third time's the charm.
So you say like stick with a lighter yarn if you're gonna knit that sweater?
I think so. The one that I had dyed, do you remember that like there's like a mahogany color sweater that I made?
Yes.
That was the yarn I was going to use for it, and it was very tonal. So like so there was a lot of like lights and darks in it that it was just too contrasted, I feel like, and when I swatched with it you couldn't see the texture at all. So it just depends what you want.
So you're saying if you want to get the most out of the pattern,
yeah,
probably like a solid lighter color, and that's where you want to
you're going to be able to see it better.
So
I think.
No like heavy speckles or
I wouldn't do that because you're not going to see
like
the
that.
texture at all. I mean, you could if you don't care, but if you want to really see the texture, then yeah, that's what I would do.
Okay.
Yeah. The other work in progress that I've got is my Excuse Me shawl, which I have not shown this. I don't even remember the last time I showed this on the podcast, but I want to show my bag real quick because it's really cute. So this is the cutest little drawstring bag that my friend Antonella made for me a long time ago. Well, maybe like a year ago. It wasn't that long ago. But and I adore this bag. It's so pretty, and the fabric is just so cute, and she's got little pockets in it, and it's just wonderfully made. I adore it. So this is the Excuse Me shawl by Stephen West, and it is just a big old brioche shawl, and I'm knitting it out of all of the Woolen Homestead yarns, and I got all these
It is
tags.
coming along.
Oh yeah, wow, and you really see it on the on the camera. It looks a lot bigger than I thought it was. So the last time I showed it, this is where I was. So yeah, it's grown quite a bit because it's really long, and yeah, I just love it. So the blue at the bottom is Life is the Bubbles, and then this pink orange right here is Aurora, and then this is Candy Cornucopia.
Yeah, which works really great in that vein. It's a nice pop there,
doesn't it? Yeah, I really like that one. And then this like pinky purpley blue color up here is Party Poodles.
Oh, we need to bring Party Poodles back.
I really like, check that out. I'm loving how that is knitting up there. So yeah, that's Party Poodles. I love that one.
Stephen West is a wizard when it comes to designing stuff. I don't know how he figures this out.
I know it. Like, it's just so cool. Like, when I knit the Speckle and Pop shawl, I really got a feel for that. I was like, when I was knitting, I was like, how?
How do you design these
How
things?
do you even come up with that?
Right. Like, all patterns, I'm sure, involve an element of math, and it can be frustrating and are tough to design. I don't mean to belittle, the amount of work that other people put in, but, I mean, when you look at what would be involved in designing something like this versus
this, or even the Speckle and Pop shawl.
Speckle and Pop shawl especially.
I know.
I mean,
I don't know how he does it.
How do you figure that stuff out?
Yeah, he's really, really cool.
Especially, like, it'd be one thing if you just randomly knit it all and you're just like, hey, look what I got a shape.
Exactly, but now you gotta make it so that people can understand how to do it themselves and make what you just made.
And reproduce
props to him.
Yeah,
he's amazing.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I love this so much. I just love the bright colors, and honestly, with the other side, because you know how brioche is reversible, I kind of like this side as the main side.
I think I like...
Because it's very subdued. Like, you can see the stripes, but they're like a background element.
What are you talking about? You don't like subdued. You never liked...
I know. Who am I?
You never liked anything subdued.
Who am I?
Do
we need to have the frozen yogurt discussion again?
Gosh.
I just
frozen yogurt.
The way I eat frozen yogurt is the way I like color as well.
We'd go out for frozen yogurt on my birthday too, but we'd not be able to afford to do anything else.
That's literally it.
Her frozen yogurt.
They charge by the ounce. That's where they get you.
Yeah, and then she puts everything in the store on one frozen yogurt.
Everything.
But anyway, as far as the shawl, I disagree. I think the front side.
You like this?
I think the front side is better looking.
Oh, thanks.
I really do.
It's just fun because the way he has the pattern written, believe it or not, is just 2 colors.
Two colors?
Yeah, and I actually was watching...
On a Stephen West shawl?
I know, right? And
Really?
But that's just how he did it, like black and white, so it was like super high contrast. And but I was watching Woolen Vine, who is the Yarngasm podcast, Kristen, and she had done this shawl, and she did it with scraps, and she kind of did it in this manner where just random stripes, and I really liked hers. And so that's where I got the idea from. And yeah, I just really like the random stripes of it. So we've got other colors. So this is the background color, which this is a skein of yarn that I dyed forever ago. And I just kind of went to town with it, and I added all of the colors. Well, I didn't really know a lot yet about doing that, and this sucker bled like no tomorrow. And
yeah,
oh my
it was
god.
Like
so I couldn't sell it. I was just having fun.
Black
Yeah,
we
bad.
considered calling it oil spill.
Yeah, because it does. It looks like an oil spill, but I just
does.
decided to not sell it because I didn't want somebody to get that.
Sell that. But it was so cool. It's too bad that it bled because that would have been an awesome colorway.
I know, it was so cool. And then I've got, the only colorway I haven't added in yet is Cherry Blossom. There we go, and it's a little blown out. It's not quite as bright. Oh, there we go.
There we go.
There we go. That's true to color. So yeah, that's Cherry Blossom. That's going to get added in as well. And that's the only other colorway that hasn't been added yet. So yeah, I'm excited.
So are you done adding colors, or are you just going to keep repeating this pattern?
I don't know. I was considering like doing it, like repeating it like in this order, but then I thought of maybe just like randomly doing it, but I don't know.
See, I think that order looks really well. Or it looks really good.
Like stripe it? Like keep it in that repeat?
Yeah.
And then I figured I'd just do
what
like
do you guys
thick and thin, like thick and thin stripes. So like how this one's a thin stripe, like the next time I use it, I'll do a thicker one.
Yeah, and I definitely agree with like varying the thickness of the stripes. And honestly, yeah, man, you know what would be kind of cool actually would be if you were to, because this is obviously the widest stripe, make this the thinnest stripe on the next. On the next go around.
That's a good idea.
And then make
like just
this
a tiny,
the widest,
tiny stripe.
and then make this the widest stripe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's a good idea.
I think that would be kind of cool.
I like it.
I don't know. So, we make up stuff as we go. But what do you guys think?
Yeah, let us know what you think. I really like it. Oh, and I wanted to mention that Party Poodles. This base is, let's see if we can get it to focus first. Okay, this base is our old MCN base. And we just kind of stopped dyeing on it. But I really love it. I love it. I have been knitting with this a lot lately, and it's so soft. It's got a beautiful like ply to it, and I think it's a 3-ply, and it's just
actually, to be honest, every single time she picks up that base, she goes, "Hey, can we bring this back to the shop?"
I say it every time.
I don't care, but
I say it every time. So I want to bring this back.
It never did particularly well as far as as far as what.
Sometimes it would just kind of sit in the shop, but that was a long time ago though too.
That's true.
That was a long time ago.
But it is a very, very nice base. It's very, very soft.
Oh, I love it, and I love knitting with it. So
what's the composition of it? Do you know off the top of your head?
It is 80-10-10, so 80% superwash merino, 10% cashmere, 10% nylon.
Okay. Yeah, very, very plush, very fluffy.
I love it. Yeah, it's gonna happen. Oh yeah, this one is as well. This is Aurora. This is also, don't mind the skein barf. We got a new skein winder.
Yeah, we did. Since then.
Since then, yeah. Yeah, that's not from the new one. But yeah, so I'm loving that right now. I'm really, really into it. So that's a lot of fun. And then the other thing that I wanted to talk about was my Cozy Memories blanket, because
this is grown.
Yeah, I have not showed this in a long time either, and basically my little vacation, I'm considering it's the start of fall, since I'll be on my vacation when it is the unofficial start of fall. on the 1st. So it just made me want to work on my cozy
She's
memories
like one
blanket.
of those people that celebrates Christmas in like
October.
November 1st.
Yes, November 1st, totally. Totally.
Yep.
That is the start of Christmas, November 1st. Start of fall, September 1st.
I like a little bit more separation, but start of fall, September 1st, I'm cool with that. But
you're okay with that.
But you always started doing Christmas carols on like
November
you
1st.
you do it in October
Yeah,
if I let you.
I have.
But,
I did last year. I only listened to it in October last year when I was dyeing yarn.
oh my gosh.
Hanson Christmas. Lacey gets it. Lacey loves Hanson too.
You guys both have a problem.
So, I love this bag, first of all. And my aunt had embroidered that little guy on there, and it's just so stinking cute.
Claudia?
Yeah, yep.
Claudia.
And so it's just this big canvas tote, and it holds my Cozy Memories blanket in it. And yes, I was working on this last night. And
Which is now an actual like blanket.
yeah, I can wear it while I knit.
Like Cozy Memories.
Yeah, so let's.
It's like a Cozy Memories throw now.
It is. It totally is.
Ah. Oh, yeah, and it keeps going. Very cool.
Yeah. So
Actually,
this is one of the new ones. This one was.
Was it?
Yeah, this is what I did last night. So
yeah, you did this all last night.
yeah,
That
yep.
one.
Right in one setting, which is rare for me. I usually
Yeah.
don't have enough, like, be able to just sit in one spot and work on this for some reason, because I love it, but
Yeah.
sometimes I get very, like, ADD with it. I'll just, like, oh, I'm gonna go work on this now. But this is Hedgehog Fibers Copper Penny, is that colorway. This was given to me by Sarah, who used to have the Dabbling Shepherdess podcast. We had done we're birthday twins, so we did a swap. And let's see.
There's a lot of really cool. Who is this?
Oh, this. It's in my book. I have a journal. Oh, let's find out. I have a...
This
because I can show my
colorway
little...
right here. I love this.
So, okay, I got this idea from Shauna of Adelaide Cottage forever ago. When she first... Honestly, I think it was when she first started podcasting. She was making a Cozy Memories journal, and she would put little bits of her yarn and talk about what the yarn was, where she got it from. And I loved that. So my best friend Stephanie got me this journal, and I thought this was the perfect use for this. So basically it just says what the yarn is, you tape it in with washi tape, and say where you got it from. So
It's a really good idea.
I know, I love it. I love it, love it, love it. It's sometimes I don't like it because I'm not, I just don't want to do it, but like I really like it. Let's see here. Here it is. Dragonfly Dye Works Sparkle Sock. Oh yeah, because I looked them up and I don't think they dye anymore. I think that's
That
what
is
I
a
found
shame.
out. Yeah. And that was from Linda, who was my partner for a Grocery Girls mini skein swap that we did.
See that is
I remember you loved that one right from the beginning.
right from the start. It's
Yeah.
just so cool.
The colorway is so it has come to this.
So it has come to this.
Maybe we can check out Ravelry D-Stash.
I'll
see
tell
if
you what
up
it's
there.
come to. It's come to me trying to dye something like that if they don't make it. If they make it, I'm more than happy to purchase it from them. But if they don't make it anymore, or if they don't dye anymore, then I'm gonna figure something out.
You love that one. I remember when I first knit that one, you were like, what?
Maybe not to sell, just because it's somebody else's, you know.
But just for you to have for your own socks and stuff.
Yeah, I wouldn't wanna sell something based on somebody else's design. But if they don't dye anymore,
You want
then
some
I'm
for
dyeing
yourself.
something like that out for myself. If they do dye yarn, then I'm gonna get some. I'm gonna buy some.
So cool. So this is another one that I knit up. I just finished this one last night, and this is Silver Light was the colorway, and the dyer is, I got it in my little baggie here. These are all the ones that I have to put into my book. Here it is. Oh, Black Trillium Fibers, Silver Light.
That's a cool
That
name.
one. I know, right? So yeah, I am loving this. There's a bunch that I have added since. I think this is Rhinebeck Rainbow, which I love that. I think that's Cannon Hand Dyes. That was also from Sarah. So was the Silver Light one. I've been working through her little one that she gave me, her little bag. This is, oh, this is from your hat that you commandeered. This is Brooklyn Tweed and the Loft Base Wood Smoke colorway. But yeah, this is some hand spun that I did Countess Ablaze, and yeah, I love this thing so much.
It's so cool
So
because
big.
I see all of the things that she's knit, all the projects that you've knit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to start one of these.
Oh, you should.
Yeah.
You so should. Oh my gosh, I've got mini skeins galore too, so you're good to go.
That is really, really neat.
That's 1989.
1989? It looks kind of like Nymphadora Tonks,
It is.
actually.
I called it Nymphadora, or I called it 1989's cousin is Nymphadora Tonks. So,
Okay.
because I couldn't reproduce this colorway, so I made up a new one, and then that was Tonks.
Well, what's really cool is it's now big enough to actually, you know, put on your lap while you're knitting.
Yeah, it is.
It was kind of like that. Where were we? We were somewhere last year, and it was just getting to this point where it was getting big enough to like put on your lap, because I know we were freezing.
Oh yeah. Oh, I don't remember where that was.
I don't either.
I forgot about that. We were like, well, at least we got the blanket.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot
Man,
about that. I
where
don't
was
remember
that?
where that was. That was funny though.
We were out on a picnic or something.
Yeah, something. That was funny.
Well, anyway.
Okay, so that is it for works in progress. That's all I've got to talk about. So and then why don't we talk about what we want to cast on?
Okay, so I want to cast on. Actually, I don't have. I don't remember the exact name of it. It is a Stephen West pattern.
Yes, it's Stephen West.
Building blocks, right? I think it's the Building Blocks cowl.
Let me see.
We're gonna look it up. Anyway, I was just browsing through his Stephen West patterns just to see if there was anything that I could knit for me. I mean, phenomenally talented designer. Unfortunately for me, the types of things I wear or would wear,
It's not your style.
it's just not a lot.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
don't see you wearing
yeah.
what he would wear out hunting.
Right,
or even in everyday wear.
Exactly. But
you can make it your own.
I can make it
That's
my
what's
own.
cool.
And I was just kind of browsing through his Instagram feed, and I happened to see this Dickie, actually. And it's so cool. It's got like a face mask. I think it's called the Building Blocks Dickie.
He's got so many patterns.
Yeah, if you search Building Blocks Dickie, I think that's the one. But anyway, it comes up over the mouth and over the ears, and then it's got the Dickie portion. And I think it would look awesome in like an olive drab green with black speckles in it, and maybe like if you've ever seen.
It is what it's called. Yeah, Building Blocks Dickie.
Okay, we'll see if we can see it on the screen. But anyway. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so that. I think
it'd be great for hunting.
Awesome. It'd be amazing for hunting, because one of the things for bow hunting, the animal comes in, the deer comes in really, really close. And so deer typically see reflections off of bright colors, like the skin on your face. That would be amazing. I usually wear like a gaiter or like some makeup, like camouflage makeup.
Yeah.
That would be amazing on colder days, just to cover cover my face, you know. Yeah, keep me warm. Little known fact, that's part of the reason I keep a beard, is it's so much easier. Because if I forget my gaiter or whatever, at least it still covers a lot of my face, breaks up the outline of my face. But that would be phenomenal for bow season, especially late bow season. And so what I'm thinking is, I'll show you guys here. What I'm thinking is, it'll be easier for you just to use your thumbprint here.
Yeah. There you go.
Technology.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can see he's got these panels, right? Alright. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking olive drab with black speckles all the way up. And then on the face, you can kind of see there's these blocks of different colored yarns. What I'm thinking is a block of black on the side, and then like olive drab on the over the mouth, and then black on the other side.
That'd be cool.
I think it would look really, really cool. It would look kind of like I'm thinking of the pattern. You ever seen those scarves that they wore over in Iraq? Shimach, something like that. Okay, it was a lot of the U.S. soldiers wore them over in Iraq, and they had a pattern on them, and it was like olive drab with the black speckles on it. Yeah,
yes.
And so that's what I'm thinking.
Like that style.
It's spelled Shemagh, but I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce it.
I know what you're talking about, though. Yeah.
But something like that, and I think it would work great.
That would be cool.
So, I'm not sure when I'm going to cast that on. It'll be at some point, but I got to get the yarn for it.
Cool, yeah.
It's worsted weight, and I think it's like 400 yards of worsted weight.
Cool.
So,
cool.
I'll be ordering some of that up.
Yeah. Awesome. I love that.
What about you?
I think I'm going to be casting on some Christmas presents. I thought it'd be a good idea to get some of those done during my vacation. Just real quick ones like some washcloths. I want to make more of these hats. I've got this skein of yarn. This is from Hobby Lobby. And what's it called? I love this cotton. And
yeah, we kind of looked for that specifically.
Yes, because it was Yarn Hoarder. Amber had it, and I was like, oh, I love that color. And the color number is 342, and it says pink, green, purple. But yeah, I really like this, and I thought this would be fun to make up some washcloths for people for Christmas with it. And yeah, I just thought that'd be great, and hats, and maybe some mittens or something. We might even have
some like peaches and cream.
We do, yeah.
Laying around too.
We've got that. I've got peaches and cream, and what's the other one? Lily and cream, or whatever. The other one. There's two of them, but yeah, I don't remember what it is. But
well, we've got a lot in the stash too. Like this here is not all of it by far.
This is nothing.
By far.
This is so up there is specifically the fingering weight stash.
Yes.
The rest is worsted in various other sizes in a big one of those like Sterilite tubs. But I've only got one Sterilite tub that's bursting, and then there's another one that's like kind of full, but it's got like spinning fiber in it, but and then it's got the overflow of worsted that I can't fit in my worsted bin anymore. So
these are big Sterilite tubs too, but
they are.
That's all right. That's all right. I understand. The only other thing, I've got this. Yeah. Okay, I dyed up an extra skein of what I used to make this hat.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to make with it.
I think matching gloves or mittens or something.
Okay, I thought about that. I thought about mittens. The only problem is they're going to look like a gigantic turd sandwich by the time I use them for the first couple of times, because it's going to be Hunter's Orange. It's going to be Blaze Orange, and when I'm out in the woods, I grab sticks, I grab the ladder on my tree stand. They're just going to look really bad really, really quickly. So I don't know what to do with it. I was thinking maybe a beanie, right? Because this,
just to have like another,
or a toque for our friends in Canada. But you know, because this is great, right? It's gonna be warm. It's gonna be awesome. But it's to have like a beanie
where you don't have the folded brim.
Right. Well, I mean, hey, that
looks actually, that totally works.
All right. So
I was expecting it to like sit straight up.
That idea's out the window.
All right.
So what am I gonna make with this, guys? Gloves are off the table because they will.
You could make a Christmas present for like one of your your dad or your brothers or something. You know
I could.
Because they go hunting. So or Troy hunts.
Oh yeah, Troy. I should probably. Troy's my brother-in-law, so I could probably.
Yeah, my sister's husband is a big hunter.
Yeah. But if you guys, but I want to be kind of selfish on this one.
Oh, I get you.
I really like
I get you.
And it's like the perfect compliment.
Oh, believe me, I understand selfish knitting.
And there's not enough. Maybe like a net gaiter, like a balaclava or something.
Oh, like a cowl.
That's gonna be. I think that probably would be it. It's like because
then it's up around your neck.
It's just a tube.
Yeah. No, that's a good idea.
Because I was thinking initially, I'm like, well, a scarf. Well, it's not enough yarn for a scarf,
right.
But yeah.
We'll see if we have enough for a cowl. But even if you don't, it would just be like a not as wide one or something.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's do that.
All right. Otherwise, if you guys have any suggestions,
please leave them. Let us know. But yeah, that's a good idea. I like that. Okay. And let's see. I think that's it for what we're working on and then what we are going to work on. Okay. So next, I'm going to talk about some spinning. I have finished spinning on my wheel, like a little sample of Wensleydale. Oh, hi, Benny. Oh, he just wants to come lay down. Oh, he just wants to be by us. So sweet. He's our yellow lab, and he's a doll. So I just finished up spinning some undyed Wensleydale that I had received from my fiber share partner last time I did it. I think that was earlier this year. And I haven't applied it yet, so I don't have that to show, but I do have this to show. So this is my very, well, maybe not my very first hand spun, but one of the first ones that I did, because I think the very first ones I just used for like string.
Yeah.
But this was the first like finished skein that I did, and let's see. I can't get it.
Might have to move it close and then focus.
There we go. Okay, so it was one of the very first hand spun skeins that I did, and I wanted to, it was just a white color, and I'm just gonna take it down because it's not focusing, but you get the idea. It was just a white undyed yarn that I had, and thanks.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks way better. So I dyed it with avocado dye, naturally dyed avocado yarn. And when I dyed it, I had dyed some other skeins like with it, and so it just didn't take up a lot of the color. So then I did another round of naturally dyed yarn, and I put this in as well, so it got like another extra dye bath of it, and I really like this color. So I don't know what breed this was. Honestly, I think it was just like for like needle felting wool. Like it was just like, it's very rough, scratchy.
It is very
It's
rough.
definitely not, I mean, you could if you wanted to, but it's pretty scratchy. But it's kind of special because it was my very first hand spun on my drop spindle that you had made me.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I really, really love this, but I just wanted to dye it. I thought it'd be really fun to try the naturally dyed technique with this. So I just realized that I never got to show that. So
Neat.
or at least I didn't show it after I had dyed it again. So yeah, that's all I've got for spinning this week. Right, so next up is shop news. So first of all, we just want to say thank you again for everyone who shopped the update.
So much.
Yes, it was so sweet, the anniversary update. We were just overwhelmed with the love that we received from that. So thank you guys so much. And yeah, we've got another update coming up this Friday, August 31st at 6 p.m. Eastern time. All of our updates are on Fridays at 6. So if you're watching this in the future, there's going to be a good chance that we're going to be having an update on a Friday.
Probably.
So we've been doing it for about a year now. And
it seems to be working out pretty well.
it's just kind of like habit now. So we really like it.
Yeah.
So let's see, let's show what's going to be in the update, because usually we don't have that. We usually
yeah, we've got some of what's going to be in the update.
Right, we're going to have more, but Ethan did some dyeing earlier over the weekend.
So we have My Favorite Colors October on DK.
Yes, you guys have been asking for this.
Yeah, so
and we've got 4 skeins of it.
We delivered.
Yes.
So yeah, it turned out really, really well. And there should be 4 skeins going in.
Yeah. And it's 100% superwash Polworth.
Yep. And they're
I love this
it's just some really, really deep emerald greens, some nice purple, some nice bright oranges, some nice pale yellows in there, and then we've got some purple speckles throughout.
Yeah.
So yeah,
All of the colors of fall.
This is a great colorway for fall, for
Yeah.
sure.
Thanks.
And this would count towards the
Cal.
My Favorite Colors October Cal.
Yep.
So
you get 3 entries. 3.
Yeah. We're also going to have Hogsmeade Holiday on DK.
Yes.
Which, this might be the first time we've ever had Hogsmeade Holiday on DK
It is,
in the shop.
We got a request for a custom order for this on DK, so we just dyed up some extras since we're already dyeing it.
So we will have we will have 2, I think. I believe we're only going to have 2 of these in the shop. So this one's a nice gold color with some bright orange speckles and some deep greens, some purple speckles in there as well.
Nice fall as
well. Another
well.
nice fall color, yeah, definitely.
And you should show it with the one that was paired for the custom order.
Yeah, for the custom order. And this was, actually, you know what? I think we've got one of these that's going to be in the shop too. One of these
This is very similar, and I would say it's staying near the same of the mulberry jam colorway that I had forever ago. So I feel like we can call it mulberry jam.
Okay, fair enough.
Since it was just kind of dyed to order.
But this was a custom order.
But how cool do those look together?
And then we got she asked for a complimentary,
like a tonal to go with it.
Like a tonal to go with it, yeah. So, yeah,
I love it.
Pretty excited about that.
It's a really
turned
deep
out really
purple
well.
maroon.
Picks up the purple speckles in the Hogsmeade holiday as well.
Yeah.
So
I love those together.
So we should have one of these in the shop as well. One's got to go to the custom order, and then the other one should be in the shop. So if you wanted to,
if you're looking for DK, this is the update.
Yeah,
for sure.
Definitely. Well, I think I've got another pack or two of DK to dye up.
So we'll get some more colorways on there for this Friday. But why don't we show what we've got sitting in the shop right now?
Yeah, definitely. So we have Which Better Have My Candy. And this one is on a white base, and it's got some awesome like light purples, dark purples, some blacks, bright orange, some green, yellow, lots of color.
Super fun.
In this one.
Super
fun Halloween.
Oh yeah. I really see this as a sock.
Definitely. That would make an awesome sock. We've also got Haggis Happy Hour.
Yes.
So this one, I'm not sure how many. Is this the last one in the shop?
Yes.
Okay.
Nope, there's two.
Two? Okay.
Yeah.
So there's two in the shop as of right now. And this one's got some nice deep greens, some purples, a little bit of red in there too, sparingly throughout. And this one's on a white base as well. This one works really well in shawls, especially because of the way that it's dyed. It can create kind of like a fade effect where you get heavier speckling that fades down into lighter speckling, which is really, really cool.
It would look really good with Stormy Night too.
It would,
a shawl.
yeah.
You could see those in a shawl together. Yeah, that would look really good.
And you had knit, we'd mentioned it last week, you'd knit a shawl for a friend.
Yep, but it was with this color and then the moss.
Yes, yep.
Moss colorway.
And this is Stormy Night, by the way. So this one is purple also tonal. In the shop. Nice purple tonal. And it goes with a lot.
It does. It pairs with Earl Grey really well.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is Earl Grey. We have this in the shop as well. Anything of ours that has purple in it, it's generally going to pair well with
Stormy Night, yeah.
Yep, or a neutral, or an orange. It would work really well with an orange or a gold as well.
Oh yeah, pumpkin spice would look really good with
So that's Earl Grey on the top and Stormy Night on the bottom.
Good
thinking. Then we got pumpkin spice.
Ooh, that's like
and this
really
is
good.
Also in the shop here. This is
love it.
This one is one of my favorites that we've got. This is a new colorway this year for this fall.
Yep.
And it's so far been doing pretty well.
I love pumpkin spice everything.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah.
It's so good.
I'm not as much of a fan of like pumpkin spice flavored stuff,
maniac.
But so yeah, these two would go really well together.
I really
think.
like those together.
Yeah. So.
So excited.
Yeah. And then this is a brand new colorway.
Oh, Ethan came up with this one and I love it.
Yep, and this is the only one left in the shop.
Yeah, there's one left.
I should be dyeing some more this week, but I'm not sure. It depends on how
it just depends what we've got.
Everything's going. Yep. But this one is Autumn Leaves. And
oh my god.
This one I had set out to dye an autumn leaf colorway, and it turned out. It's got some nice greens in there throughout, some reds, golds, oranges on top of a nice light brown base. And yeah, once in a while I knew I wanted to do like an autumn leaves colorway, and I knew in my mind exactly how I wanted it to turn out, and this one, it worked out really, really well. Once in a while that happens. A lot of times I'll start out with something and then I just go, ah man, that didn't,
I've had
the dye didn't go where I wanted it to, or those colors in my head, it looked a little bit different than how it actually looks in real life.
Yeah.
But this one actually, it was perfect how I
love it.
It was perfect how the colors went together, and it was exactly what I was hoping.
Can you imagine that on a tweed base?
Yeah, that would be awesome.
So cool.
But the new red has been working out really well. We switched suppliers for our red, and it's just so nice and deep.
It's very vibrant.
Very, very vibrant. We also have Groovy Unicorn.
Yes.
This is back in the shop, and it's a little bit blown out on camera, but oh, there we go. That's a little bit better.
Nice vibrant green.
Mm-hmm. And
pops of colors. I love it.
Oh yeah, it pops of teal, bright purple, bright orange.
Yeah.
And this actually is fluorescent.
Totally fluorescent.
Totally fluoresces under a black light. Every single color in here is fluorescent. And when I set out to dye this, I wanted that to happen.
It looks so cool under a black light.
We got some pictures on Instagram.
Yes.
So.
And I think I might have them on the listing. I'll have to double check, but I thought I had put up a listing picture with that on there.
Yeah, definitely.
So you can see it, because it's just so cool. It doesn't glow in the dark, but it's fluorescent under black light.
We actually went out and bought some black lights just so we could take pictures of this.
This is cool.
Yep. So then we have My Favorite Colors October on Sturdy Sock.
Yes, which is a 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon sock weight yarn.
Yep. And this will be eligible for 3 entries for the My Favorite Colors October KAL. So if you use this colorway,
you get lots of entries.
And we're going to do our best to keep this stocked. Like we said earlier, sometimes it's a little bit tough. This one tends to go pretty quick, but we will do our best.
We like dyeing it, and we like having it.
If you need a custom order of it, just feel free to message us, and we'll see what we can do.
Yep. For anything, for any of the colorways, you can always message us for a custom order.
Definitely. Jack-o'-lantern is back in the shop, and I think this is the last one. Maybe there might be another one. There might be two. But yeah, this one is back in the shop. It had sold out last week, and this one is a nice orange base with some black speckles and some nice green speckles in there. I did the green speckles really sparingly, and the reason for that was I wanted it to replicate a pumpkin. Where you don't have a lot, like green is not a big color in as far as pumpkins go. It's just that little bit on the top, but it is speckled throughout, just very, very sparingly, and then the black is more heavily speckled. Cool. So, and it's on a nice orange tonal base. Like I mentioned last week, I intentionally did that orange tonal base because I wanted it to replicate kind of the different tones of orange that you see in a pumpkin, where you get brighter orange on the
It's not just
ridges
all
and
one color orange on a pumpkin.
And it's not like a very super vibrant orange either. I mean, you get, these are, I've never seen a pumpkin, like that color, but I have seen them a nice, more muted orange. But this would make a really cool pair of socks, for sure. You could also pair it with Stormy Night. Yep. That'd be another.
I love it.
There's your orange and your purple.
So many fun, like, fall and Halloween stuff that we've got going on. I love it.
Well, out of the ones we dyed last week,
I don't know if we can go with this one or not.
That would be the fall colorways that we dyed last week.
Yeah.
So.
Lots of fall going on.
Yeah. We're excited, can you tell?
Yeah, we love it. I bought pumpkin delights. Anyone like pumpkin delights from Little Debbie?
Yeah.
I love those things.
We've also got Mandrake, and I think this is the last skein.
Yes,
this
is the last one.
Definitely the last skein.
I love this colorway too.
This is on Sturdy Sock.
You're such a good dyer.
Oh, thank you. Good. I enjoy it.
I'm like seriously the luckiest knitter ever.
Nah.
Yes. My husband dyes yarn. It's amazing, and now he knits, and it's awesome.
And then we have Dragon Egg as well, and this is on a like a green tonal base with there's a little bit of white in there and some nice bright orange and black speckles as well. And this one was named actually right after I dyed it up. I knew what I wanted, but I wasn't sure of the name.
Yeah.
And so I dyed it up, and then I looked at it, I'm like, that's Dragon Egg. It's gotta be. So, yep.
I like that one a lot.
That one worked out pretty well. So, and as far as that, I think that's all we got in the shop this week. Tranquil Blue.
That's the only other one.
This is the last thing we got in the shop. So we got Tranquil Blue.
One of our tonals.
Which is a nice bright blue base. And this goes with a lot too. You could pair it with, you can even pair it with, if you want some contrast. Yeah, I like those two together, and Earl Grey together with it. You could pair it with
ooh. Oh yeah.
You could pair it with
That'd be a fun brioche project.
Pumpkin spice as well. So yep.
Love it. Yeah, so that's what is in the shop, and then a few things of what's coming to the shop, and there will be others that'll be coming to the shop this Friday as well.
Definitely.
So yeah, and I think next we're gonna move on to life stuff. So this is the segment at the end of our podcast where we just talk about whatever.
Ramble.
Yep, and we ramble.
Yeah,
we do lots of ramble. I'm just gonna knit on my sock while we chat about what's been going on. So not much has happened in the last week.
No,
I feel like. I mean, just regular stuff.
Pretty busy dyeing yarn.
Yeah, you've been busy dyeing yarn. I've been busy at work. I'm a dog groomer for those of you who are just new to the podcast, but yeah, that's pretty much just work. Normal everyday adulting stuff has been going on for the last week. Let's see, what else? Well, yeah, I'm on vacation. That was my biggie.
Yeah, 9 days. So we're trying to figure out what to do.
Oh, man, I know exactly. I'm doing a whole lot of nothing. That's my, because during the regular weeks, I never stop.
Here's the thing. You're going to be great at doing a whole lot of nothing for the first couple of days, and then you're just going to, no, seriously, you're going to get bored, and you're going to want to do something.
No, I do have plans, though. I'm going to go, my mom and I are going to go hang out. We're going to go junk shopping. We're going to like antique stores and stuff. We love doing that. Yeah. So we're going to do that.
And you're going to St. Louis,
yes.
Right?
Sloppy Seconds.
Sloppy Seconds. This store's called Sloppy Seconds.
And to God. I think they changed the name of it though, but...
The sign's still out there.
The sign's still out there. It was the best. I think it's called Urban Junk.
Yeah,
but
Urban Junk.
In all honesty though, it's a great store. It's got awesome stuff. Sloppy Seconds.
And while you're doing that,
so
I'm going to dye some more yarn.
Yes, he's going to be busy dyeing yarn.
All week.
But yeah, we're going to meet up in St. Louis, Michigan. That's actually where I was born. Well, I was born in Elma, but we lived in St. Louis. And my parents used to own a music store there for like 22 years or so. So we always like going there and just hanging out.
It's a nice little town.
Yeah, and this music store is now a bakery and donut shop. So we can go get, you know.
Which is cool because your dad, you know, who passed away a couple of years ago, he loved baking.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool. He loved, especially like bread and things like that.
It's the best.
It's awesome.
It's so perfect for him. Yeah. Because we go every year on the anniversary of his passing. We go and my siblings and I and my mom, and we go back to St. Louis, and we eat at one of the restaurants in town, and then we go to the bakery and get donuts or bagels or whatever. And
they make good donuts too.
So good. So yeah, I'm really excited about that.
And you can get these huge cinnamon rolls.
Yes. Oh, that's what I usually get, and I love it.
Yeah.
So yeah, Mom and I are gonna go hang out and do that, and I'm really excited about that. And let's see, I'm gonna go hang out with Dory. She's the I've mentioned this before, but it was a while ago that there was a lady who kind of was teaching me horse stuff, I guess you could say. Like it was like kind of like lessons, I guess, in a way. But she's just a really sweet lady, and she's kind of a friend of the family. And so her and I go and hang out and we chat, and I like love on her horse, and it's the best. So I'm hoping to do that over the vacation.
Well, and it was very therapeutic for you, especially considering like your history with horses.
Yeah, I had and I mentioned this like probably a year ago, maybe even longer than that. But I was in, I guess you could call it it was an accident, obviously. But when maybe 4 years ago or so, I was at a friend's and who had a horse, and I did not know anything of what I was doing, and I was just up on her horse, and he just was going to check out the fence that had like these little nylon ropes on them, and there was like one on top of the other. There were like two of them, and the one was missing from the bottom, so he thought he could get through, and so he went over there and he kind of like pushed his head into the rope, and then it snapped. And I didn't know enough to like get him away from there, you know what I mean, to get now obviously I know, like if he's trying to do that, get him away. I was just like basically sitting on this horse and just sitting, you know, like as if when you go like on a trail ride, those horses know exactly where they're going. You basically are just on them, and you know, you don't really need to control them. So well, basically the rope snapped and he took off like a bat out of hell, and that was the most terrifying thing I've ever had in my life. And it was very scary, and he bucked me a couple of times, and I ended up staying on for that, but then he like swung his back end to the side and I flew off, and I ended up really hurting my ankle, which I had surgery on previously, and it just like made it way worse. And I had it blew up the size of a softball that time, and it was bad. And I was off of work for a week or so, and so yeah. So after that happened, it was your mom got in touch with her cousin who they own racehorses, and I just went out and hung out with them, and she had some like really sweet like down-to-earth horses, not for riding but just for, you know, petting, and they had some babies out there. And so I kind of went out there because I love horses, but I was really scared after all that had happened, and so I just kind of got to go out there and hang out and pet the horses, and then she knew Dory, this lady Cindy had known Dory, and so and then that's how I got to know Dory. So and then she has a horse that was rideable. And Rascal. I love Rascal.
Yeah.
And if you watch some of the earlier episodes, you'll see footage of Rascal. And yes, I'm hoping to go back out there. And basically, once I started the shop, I kind of just, that was like my free time, was the shop.
Yep.
And so now that Ethan has, you know, been on for almost a year now, you know, I'm kind of able to get back to doing stuff like that now. So
right.
I really appreciate it. It's really nice to...
It'll be nice,
yeah,
for sure. And I've been thinking about learning a little bit more about horses too. Like I know,
awesome.
I know how to not get myself killed around them, and I know basic.
Sure.
I know how to. I know basic, like very basic riding skills, and
yeah.
You know, I know the basic things you do and don't do, but just to be able to be a lot better at riding
right.
would be a lot nicer.
Yeah.
I would never ride a horse that requires a really sensitive touch, a really sensitive input,
right.
or a younger horse. I mean, I'm okay. I'm completely fine on an older horse that knows what it's doing.
Right.
But a younger one, definitely
right.
not.
Yeah.
And I would love to be able to get to the point where I can get on a horse with a little bit of spirit, you know,
yeah.
and have some fun.
Right, exactly, and know what you're doing, and
yeah,
you know.
Exactly. And so
I think a lot of it's
days,
just experience,
yeah,
and being around them, and you know,
knowing the body language a little bit more.
Yeah.
You know, knowing the body language to the same level that I know like dog body language.
Right.
Like,
yeah, for sure.
You know, I have zero fear of dogs. No.
Yeah.
And you know, just some dogs you just don't go up to, or
right,
you can kind
exactly.
of tell when a dog is kind of upset, or when it's happy, or when it's lazy, or
yeah,
whenever,
or when it wants you to come say hi to it, or wants
right.
you to pet them, and...
or is it standoffish because it's scared, or is it
right.
standoffish because it's aggressive?
Right.
And you know, if it is scared, is it looking like it's going to get aggressive? You know, things
exactly.
like that.
And usually if they're aggressive, it's because they're scared.
Right.
You know, it usually kind of goes together.
But understanding the little signs, you know, and I've been around like dogs my entire life, and
right.
so you know, you get to the point where you don't even think about the signs that you're seeing. You don't
exactly.
even think about the body language. You just know that the dog's happy, or you just know that the dog's a little uncertain
right.
about something, or you just know that the dog doesn't care.
I would like to be like that with horses
as
well, to get to that
amazing.
level. And I think a lot of it is just being around them, because that's what happened once I started working as a dog groomer. It was just crazy how much you learn, you know.
Yep, and you just pick up so
you learn
much.
Quick.
And so, yeah, I would love to spend a lot more time around them, and
yeah.
You know, and because horses they're such cool animals, and I do
gorgeous.
Love riding.
Oh.
Riding is so much fun.
Yeah. Because we went trail riding a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
And that was fun. We should go again.
Yeah, we should go.
It would be fun.
But we've been really considering like getting horses in the future. I think that would be a lot of fun.
That would be amazing.
You know,
it'd be so amazing.
Getting some property.
Once we're comfortable and knowledgeable, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's something you just don't want to mess around with.
I would never want to just go out and get a horse and then buy one. But what's really cool is, you know, my cousins, you know, they own race horses and they breed race horses.
We've got a lot of resources.
We do. And you've got a friend that actually went to school for like equine sciences, and so it's really cool. We got a lot of those resources. But it's so cool to go out and actually see the race horses and actually help out with them.
Oh, I love them.
Yeah, and I hunt on that same property. I turkey hunt out there sometimes, and it's so nice in the morning because the mares are all out in a pasture right alongside the path that I walk. And so in the morning,
it's a huge pasture.
It's massive. And so in the morning, I'll park and it'll be like 4 in the morning, and it's pitch black out. And once in a while the moon will be shining so you can see a little bit, but the mares will walk alongside the fence and follow me all the way out. On the other side of the fence, they'll follow me all the way out to the edge of the woods where I'll walk into the woods. But it's kind of cool because, you know, they just walk right next to me while I'm out. It's so nice. Yeah. But they're really cool animals. Yeah. So I think you should definitely go visit Dory this week.
Yeah, I definitely want to. And her and I were talking, I think, last week, because I was going to go out and see her last week, but then we had torrential downpour on my day off.
We've had torrential downpours a lot
last
lately.
night and this
last
morning.
Night Yeah, it was so cozy, guys.
Oh,
last
it was.
night. So we were both knitting, and I'd be knitting right now, but I need to focus on what I'm doing. Not like
well, you're on the heel flap.
Right,
yeah,
exactly.
That's a whole nother animal.
But last night we're knitting, and we're just sitting there knitting, and we got the TV going in the background, and
so cozy.
It starts thundering, and it was like a torrential downpour, and
like floodworthy.
Oh man, there were still
awesome.
puddles when we woke up this morning. Looked out in the backyard.
Yeah, I think we had a flood advisory actually.
Did we? Mm-hmm. Yeah, and there was a couple of times when the thunder like shook the house and rocked the bed. We never lost power though.
Yeah,
we never lost power, which was really cool. But it was so cozy. We got these new lamps that these new light bulbs for our lamps that you can dim the lamp itself. And so that was really cool. So we just dimmed the lamps down, just a little bit, and had the
it was really
thunder
nice.
Outside, and it was really
like you
cozy.
couldn't even make it up. It was
it was awesome.
It was awesome.
And then it started thundering again this morning, which was really cool.
Yeah, so we got to fall asleep and wake up to it.
Yeah.
So it was amazing.
It was really cool.
But yeah, other than so I'm gonna hang out with my mom, go see the horses. I think I'm going to the library or something. I want to do some spinning. I want to work on some Christmas gifts and
we got to take the dogs up for their vaccinations.
Yes, the dogs are going up. Well, I think that's next week.
Okay.
The week after next. But yes, the canine flu has hit Michigan. And
unfortunately.
Yeah, there's been debate as whether it's up in Midland or not, but I'm not going to get into that. But it's as far as what the media is saying, it's not.
But as far as we're concerned, if there's any debate, then it is.
We might as well just
purposes.
get the flu shot. Exactly.
Yeah.
So, if you're in Michigan and you have dogs, I highly recommend getting the canine flu vaccine.
It's not terribly expensive.
Right. It's done in 2 sessions. You do one, and then 3 weeks later you do a booster. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's bad. So it's just worth it to get it done. Just don't even worry about it. But yeah, so we got that, and the pups love going out. They love it.
Yeah, except for mine. Come here, Benny.
Yeah, he did. Oh,
he's lazy. Come here, buddy.
Come on,
you gotta get on
really
camera.
good.
Come here, bud.
Oh, he's tired.
He is tired.
He did really good at the vet though.
Come here, buddy.
Come on, buddy.
Come here.
Come on, Benny.
Hey, he's tired.
There
he goes. All right.
Oh, there's a Benny cameo. Remember when Benny used to be in lay on the bed? Well, I filmed, and so you could see Benny in the background in the early episodes.
Now he's going back to sleep.
Oh, buddy.
But yeah, so definitely, if you're in Michigan, you have the means to really think about getting your dog vaccinated for the canine flu.
Yeah, it's just good too.
It's especially said it was 2 series.
Yeah.
Yep.
And especially if you take your dog to a doggy daycare, to day camp boarding, to a groomer, to anything like that. Dog parks.
What are the signs of?
Well, what's hard is the signs don't show up till later, after they already have it. So there's coughing, eye discharge, like abnormal eye discharge. Dogs do have eye discharge, just like we have as well.
Right.
But I believe those are like the main signs.
Have you guys had to
lethargy?
turn anybody away?
We've had some that had like a little bit of the signs, but we were just doing it to be safe. You know what I mean? Just in case. The dog could have just had a cough, but even if it wasn't flu and say it was kennel cough, it's
right.
At that point it's still not good.
Yeah, I know you guys have very stringent policies on
so that they're safe.
What you can accept and what you can't, because you've got a lot of dogs in an area that's kind of smaller, and it's
rather be safe than sorry, for
definitely.
Sure.
And I know
PetSmart's really
good about that, actually.
Yes, they're really have high safety standards when it comes to the grooming salon and with dogs being safe and everything.
Yeah, you guys have like a laundry list of policies that you have to follow.
Exactly.
But so it's been we got these poor dogs have had so many vaccinations lately. Like they got the canine flu.
We did their 9-way from Tractor Supply.
We do the 9-way.
Yeah, he does them. I don't.
It's not that hard.
I can't give shots.
It's not hard at all.
Although I've never done it.
The dogs don't care.
No, they don't. They don't care at all.
No.
But you have experience with that, But yeah, so that's.
We had one vet that really tried to talk us out of giving the vaccines to our own animals, and I'm like, really?
I don't see anything wrong with doing them ourselves.
Well, here's the thing. When you look at them, they're refrigerated in the store, and the vets reasoning was that we didn't know how the vaccines were stored. And I'm like, I can see how they're stored. But the other thing is, like, you always there's an element of faith in any kind of, any time that you're dealing with any kind of medication, that before it's gotten to you, that it's been stored properly.
Right.
The vet, I mean, for all you know, the vet's
or the transporter.
The transporter, you know, the vet's transporter didn't store them properly,
right.
and they, you know, you just never know, and so you can't control every possible scenario.
Right.
And I've been trained to give.
Right. There might be another reason that they didn't mention for why they thought, but as far as that was the only reason that we were told, so we just.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, as far as I'm concerned,
we've never had
the
any
stuff
issues
that we
with
get is it's high quality stuff, and
they've never had any reactions to it. They
I've been
haven't
trained,
got kennel cough or anything like that. So
I've been trained to give vaccinations. I've given a lot of vaccinations in my time. So
yeah,
you know, it's if you're unsure what you're doing, absolutely, you know, take them to a vet or whatnot. But you talk about
if you weren't able to do them, I would just get them done at the vet.
Absolutely, you know, and you got to be a little bit more careful about the records, because a lot of times the vet will, you know, send you a notice and whatnot. But, but yeah, sometimes when it's just, you can save so much money, and it's not hard, you know, if you're willing to learn, or if you have someone that can show you how to do it. You know, there's definitely a technique to it.
Right.
Definitely methods of how you should handle it, but it's really, it's kind of cool to be able to have that little bit of extra self-reliance.
Yeah. It looks like our battery's dying.
I know.
So
we ran through a fully charged battery this
again.
time. Yep.
We did it last week too. So, lesson learned, we should probably get another battery.
We really should get another battery.
I think we should probably just wrap it up there then.
Yeah.
Next time I see you guys, I will still be on vacation.
That's going to be cool.
That's going to be so weird.
That's going to be so
I haven't
cool.
had that in probably since I was in school. I don't think I've had this many days off. So, that's really exciting.
We should do something fun tonight. We should get pizza or something.
Ice cream, Ben and Jerry's.
Ben and Jerry's.
Ben and Jerry's. That's an idea.
So we'll leave you guys at that.
All right, guys. We'll talk to you later. And yeah, come join the Ravelry group. Join in on the Knitalongs. And yeah, we'll see you next time.
Take care.
Bye.